This episode of the Cinema Gold podcast is sponsored by Poddecks. Poddecks are the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Order yours today at poddecks.com and use code CinemaGold for 10% off your order.
Welcome to the Cinema Gold Podcast with your host, Larry Leese. Come join us as Cinema Gold dives into the latest Hollywood films and news.
Welcome to an all-new episode of the Cinema Gold Podcast. I'm your host, Larry Leese. Today we're discussing the Golden Globe nominations for The Mandalorian and looking at the Legend of Zelda live-action series, which was canceled over leaks from Netflix. The Golden Globe nominations have been announced, and Disney's first live-action Star Wars TV show, The Mandalorian, has secured a Golden Globe nomination for Best Drama Series. The nominations were announced today. However, The Mandalorian is facing serious competition from The Crow, Lovecraft Country, Ozark, and Ratched. Netflix dominated the category with 3 nominations. HBO took another nomination with Lovecraft Country. However, Disney and Lucasfilm managed to win again as the Star Wars series continues to ride the wave. However, it's unclear if it can beat the competition at the awards ceremony later this month. That would definitely be a big victory for Disney and Lucasfilm. Last year, The Mandalorian earned 15 Emmy nominations and walked away with 7 wins. Season 2 has built on the winning formula from Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Season 2 delivered fans live-action Ahsoka Tano, the return of Boba Fett, and even more Darksaber. Most of all, fans were blown away this season by the return of a Star Wars legend. Favreau released a statement saying, quote, "We are honored to be recognized by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association alongside so many amazing shows. We are incredibly fortunate to work with such a singular team of collaborators and artists that bring this show to life. On behalf of Kathy Kennedy, Dave, and the entire Mandalorian team, thank you for this honor," end quote. The Mandalorian stars Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, Carl Weathers, and Giancarlo Esposito. This season's directors included Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Bryce Dallas Howard, Carl Weathers, Peyton Reed, Robert Rodriguez, and Rick, can't say his last name. Lucasfilm and Disney is building off the success of The Mandalorian with a slate of new Star Wars shows including Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, Rangers of the New Republic, The Book of Boba Fett, and The Acolyte. Season 3 is said to begin production in April. And right now we're going to take a short break. We'd like to thank Hulu for being a sponsor of the Cinema Gold podcast. Right now they are offering a $1.99 a month for college students deal. You can sign up today by visiting cinema-gold.com/Hulu deal. Again, the deal is $1.99 per month for college students. Hulu is the home of countless hours of entertainment, movies, TV shows, including Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Bachelor, and Solar Opposites. We'd like to thank Hulu again for sponsoring this podcast, and let's get back to the show. Our second topic is the news that a Legend of Zelda live-action series was planned but was canceled by Netflix over leaks. Nintendo was planning a live-action series based on the popular video game, The Legend of Zelda. However, it was canceled after the story was leaked by Netflix. Back in 2015, a Wall Street Journal story announced that Netflix was set to turn The Legend of Zelda into a live-action TV series, described as Game of Thrones for a family audience. Voice actor Adam Conover appeared on the Surf Times podcast and opened up about the project as well as the canceled Star Fox movie. He said that the projects were pulled because of leaks. Quote, "In 2015, there was this news that Netflix was going to make a Legend of Zelda TV show. It was supposed to be live action, and it got a lot of coverage in the gaming press. At the same time, I worked at College Humor, and we had a secret project where we were going to make a claymation version of Star Fox with Nintendo. Then a month later, suddenly there were reports Netflix wasn't going to do its Legend of Zelda anymore. I was like, what happened? And then I heard from my boss we weren't doing our Star Fox anymore either. I was like, what happened? He was like, someone at Netflix leaked the Legend of Zelda thing. They weren't supposed to talk about it. Nintendo freaked out, and they pulled the plug on everything, the entire program, to adapt these things. However, there are still some good news. Fans had a strong interest in a live-action version of The Legend of Zelda, but Nintendo appears to be softening up on the subject and announced that an animated Super Mario Bros. Will be coming soon. The animated film is scheduled for release next year. Nintendo's report also said that going forward, the company's visual content expansion may not be limited to film, meaning that a series based on The Legend of Zelda is not completely off the table. Our cartoon series adaptation was previously made in the 1980s, but The Legend of Zelda has not been made into a TV series or movie ever since, despite its continued popularity with video game fans. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Cinema Gold Podcast. Share your thoughts with us by sending us a tweet at CinemaGold2 or like us on Facebook. Just search Cinema Gold Movies and let us know your thoughts.
Thank you for listening to the Cinema Gold Podcast. If you want to become a supporter, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Follow us on Twitter at CinemaGold2 and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/cinemagoldmovies.